Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but we are back. We are ready to roll. We are ready to rumble. Thank you guys for coming back to my channel and supporting me, whatever, all the cute stuff. Anyways, to jump back into restarting my channel, we are starting a new series called Modeling 101. I get a lot of people asking me questions like, how do I get started? Where do I start? What do I do? Am I tall? Like all of the questions, all of the above. So I figured, you know what? I am now an agency signed model with 6 different agencies. Whenever people ask me questions like, where do I get started? How do I get started? What do I do? Can you give me tips and advice? I do my best to kind of send stuff out, but I figured, you know what? If one person's asking, then other people have questions too. So why not film a video and just kind of take a deep dive into the basics. So the very first thing that I want to talk about today are modeling digitals. Digitals are the most natural and plain photos of yourself that you will ever take. When people start getting into modeling, they think, oh my gosh, I need to already have photos. I need to already have built this huge portfolio to get started. And that's simply not true. Yes, it helps, but that's not necessarily where you want to start. So to go over what a digital is, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my digitals around here somewhere. These are the newest digitals that I just took. You wanna have basically your headshot, quarter shot, profile shot, and a full body shot. Like the 4, if you don't have anything else, those are the 4 that you want. And these ones that I have pulled up are professional ones, but I will also show you guys the ones that I've taken on my phone because you do not need professional digitals. Let me repeat, you do not need professional digitals. When you're starting out, agencies want to see you in your most raw form, so no makeup. I have a story about this. When I first started applying to agencies, I saw what they wanted. They said, no professional photos, we just want your digitals, no makeup. I sat there, I looked at it and I was like, psh, no way. I'm gonna submit stuff with makeup on. Don't do that. That's wrong, okay? So at the end of the day, what you want to do is submit digitals where you're very plain-faced, neutral expression, very neutral posing, and just show what you look like, because ultimately what the agents are gonna look for is your marketability. So when they see your digitals, they're not trying to see the professional photos where you're specifically doing one thing. They're envisioning what you can do and what markets they could place you in order to book you. So one more thing you wanna know about digitals when you go to take them is that you wanna take them in indirect sunlight against a plain background. So it doesn't need to be perfectly blank. You don't need to go out of your way to find an extremely white wall. You can use a parking garage, you can go outdoors. I like to take my digitals outdoors personally and just find an empty wall. The goal is to make sure that it's not distracting. So you wanna make sure that you are the main focus in your digitals. So indirect lighting, so not directly in the sun, maybe off to a shaded area or inside of your house, apartment, against a wall where you have sunlight coming in. Make sure you're not backlit. So what that means is make sure the light is facing you and not behind you, or else you're not gonna be able to see yourself. When it comes to what to wear for digitals, you wanna either do a black, very, very plain clothes. So I would do a black tank top or a white t-shirt or a black t-shirt and either black skinny jeans or black leggings. Anything that shows off your physique, and then always pair that with just a very neutral pair of heels. Some agencies will ask you to take bikini photos, or they'll ask for either or. If an agency ever asks for lingerie or nude, it's a scam. Do not do that, okay? But bikini photos or swimsuit photos, those ones are okay. My digitals are usually always in swimsuit just because I think that shows my most accurate look. Another thing that I want to say about digitals is you do not have to wait for the perfect moment. So when I first started applying to agencies, I kind of waited. Okay, I don't look perfect yet. I don't look good yet. I only have one shot. I only have one shot. That is a lie. You do not only have one shot. Agents get hundreds of submissions, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of submissions every single day. So do not worry about, oh my gosh, what if I send them another one next month? I only have one shot. You do not have one shot, because if they didn't pick you the first round, submit it again in a month, 2 months. Most agencies say to submit about every 3 months. Personally, I think you can get away with submitting every month, just depending on how big the agency is, because their needs are always changing. The market is such a versatile place. So when I first started applying to agencies 5 years ago, I obviously did not sign with almost a single agency. One of the agencies that I'm with currently, I sent a submission 2 years back. No, I sent a submission about a year ago And the response was, so sorry, not the right look right now. Okay, no problem. So I keep submitting, one day I submit in and I got, hey, I would love to have you in for a meeting. And then the rest is history. Now I'm signed with them and I go to castings and it's I'm living the dream. But what that means is don't wait for the perfect moment. Just go for it, because you will have another chance. It's not a one and done. It is not a you have one shot to nail this or you're out. It's submit now. And to be quite honest, you probably will not hear from a lot of the agencies that you submit to. I submit to about 100 agencies when I do agency submission rounds, and I will hear back from maybe 3 or 4. And most of those are, so sorry, but you're not what we're looking for in this moment. When I first started applying to agencies, I sat there, I sent in all of my submissions, and I waited and I waited and I waited and I kept waiting and I kept waiting because I didn't get a response back. I was like, there's no way they're just gonna not respond. Yeah, they don't owe you anything. Nobody owes you anything, unfortunately. So what that means is you weren't right for that round. They have so many submissions coming in that they can't get back to everybody. So I was crushed. And then I did get an email back and I was like, oh my gosh, they emailed me back. And it was, so sorry, you're not what we're looking for right now. And I was devastated, absolutely crushed in that moment. And it took a lot for me to be like, I have to keep sending in submissions and I have to keep taking digitals, because I used to be terrified of taking digitals. I was like, I look terrible, my camera's not good, no one's taking good photos of me, I look awful, like I don't know what to do. I was also like 14, 15 at the time. I don't look the way I looked when I was 14, but some girls have the look at 14, some girls have the look at 20. I kept persisting, I kept going for it, and eventually I got that one. I signed with my very first agency in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I worked under her for a little bit before I moved to Arizona, got with my mother agent here, picked up my agency out in New York, and just kind of have kept building on that momentum. And it really is, you do really need to be able to take rejection and keep going, keep persisting, because you are going to hear a lot of no's in this industry. I flew to LA for 10 hours just to go to an audition that I didn't hear a word from whether or not I made it to the next round. And since the callback was yesterday and I didn't hear back, obviously I didn't make it to the next round. But that's okay, because that's what the industry is. You have to be able to put yourself on the line and be ready for that rejection when it happens, because it's inevitably gonna happen. It's just about persisting through it. Another tip or trick I have about taking your digitals is to just relax. I think we are all our worst critics, because when I'm taking my digitals, I will look at the photo and I'm like, why do I look like that? Why am I making that face? At the end of the day, you just have to be willing to put yourself on the line and go for it, because if that's your dream, if that's your goal, don't give up. Like, keep going for it. It's when you stop that dream is dead. So when it comes to those digitals, just get out and take them. Set your phone up on a little timer. Take your photos, use Lens Buddy. I use Lens Buddy. And snap your digitals, send them in. My personal preference is to send them into emails versus the online portals. You can kind of do both. Some agencies do prefer one over the other, but I always like to send out emails. And keep shooting your shot, honestly. That is my first Modeling 101, how to break into the industry and kind of get involved. The next video I'll do is probably going to be on building your portfolio and taking you on a couple shoots with me, so that will be tons of fun. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you're looking to start out in the industry, take your digitals, send them in for submissions, and leave any questions about anything else you want to know about in the comments so I can address them, or maybe make another video on them in the future. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like and subscribe, you know the drill. And I can't wait to see where this journey takes us. I'm excited to be back on YouTube because it's something that I've always wanted to do, and then I kind of went for it and then I kind of stopped, and so we're gonna get back into it. So be on the lookout for more of the Modeling 101 series vlogs, travel vlogs, lifestyle, fashion hauls, all the good stuff. I am coming at you full force this time. So thank you guys so much for all of your love and support, and I will see you next time.